the injuries that they've had. How have they been able to do that?
Well, one thing, they still have a core group of guys. You got Smart that's still there. Until last night, they still had Irving was still there, and again, their system is set up. The offensive style of play is there that they play within. So, it really helps. It's very difficult when you lose 3 All-Stars out of your lineup, and they've done a heck of a job of doing that. But one thing that's been consistent is how hard they play. They play hard. They play within themselves. The Tatum kid is really playing really well. He's shooting around 55, 56% from the 3. That heals a lot of wounds, and you can make up for a lot of mistakes when you're shooting the ball like that. So they're a tough opponent, no matter who plays, whether Irving plays, Horford plays, it doesn't matter. We still got to go in with our mindset and our identity going into Boston tomorrow.
Well, day off yesterday, what was the energy like and the focus of today's practice?
It was good. I thought we got into, at the end, we got our defensive energy in because we feel like that's one of our areas. We make such a big deal about our offensive execution that, we're taking some attention away from the other end of the floor, and we've got to get our attention to detail. Our transition defense is subpar right now. We're in the 20s, where all of the last 2 or 3 years we were in the top 10. So we've got to get that mentality back, that focus back, and that's what we did today.
When you look at the scores around the league, do you shudder as a defensive guy? Like, it's getting kind of crazy now.
Again, I'm a basketball coach, but I do understand where the trend is going. The trend is going to a scoring NBA, which you have to adjust to, and that's what happened the other night in the New Orleans game. It became a shootout, and you're seeing more and more games in the regular season going into the shootout. Now, the key is what happens in the playoffs. Things slow down a little bit. You have to concentrate on playing one-on-one defense. So, I'd rather get in the habit of being defensive-minded, understanding and knowing what other teams are trying to do, similar to what we're trying to do, to get quality threes, quality shots, whether paint or threes, and the key is defend it.
Do you feel like because of the schedule that this team is maybe more together now at this point than some previous teams because of the bonding that happens on these road trips?
Well, our record is not showing. I think our opponents have been tougher the first couple of weeks of the season. The West Coast trip was difficult for us, but again, that helped us too. That helped show what we needed to work on, areas what we needed to get better in offensively and defensively. Playing against the top teams, the San Antonio's, the Golden State, they will expose you if you're not ready. So from that aspect, it was good. Going to Hawaii and that bonding trip was good, to Victoria. So again, the season is still young, relatively young, but my whole thing is this month and next month is continue to get better, to continue to execute better with the offensive philosophy. But most of all, we have to get better at guarding your man and executing our defensive schemes.
I've noticed when OG gets into the game, he'll get a quick corner 3 and make it right out of the gate there, just coming off the bench. How tough is that?
It's very difficult, but a lot of times he's not thinking, he's just shooting it. Sometimes you, as a young player, you think too much and you try to get everything all right, and when he comes in plays. That young man is doing a good job. We're developing him at his position. He's doing an excellent job defensively. He did the best job on Holiday of all of our guards, all of our wings in a defensive situation, just because of his size, bulk, and strength. So he's going to be utilized with that from right now. His offense is gravy right now. That's going to come, but right now he's got to give us that defensive presence in a lot of positions, whether it's 1, 2s, or 3s, as you saw the other night.
Is his shot better from what you've seen when you first met him to now? I mean, when I watch him now, it's like pretty automatic.
His health is improved. I don't know if it's automatic yet. It will be, but his health is improved. His knee is right. We really only thought he was going to be coming around about right now. So he's way ahead of schedule, but still has some work to do to get totally healthy. To get his knee strong, and that's going to help his shooting, his defense, his overall disposition on the court.
How scary could he be if not that he's not a big guy upper body wise, but when his upper body matches his lower body, when he gets that NBA body, what's he going to be like?
He already has an NBA body. He doesn't need to get bigger. He just needs to make sure he maintains his conditioning and increases it even to another level, which he can do. But his body is great. He's got an NBA made ready body, and that's why he's so valuable to us, is his size and strength and his versatility.